All right, good Monday morning, KW Prosperity. It is Monday, June 29th. We're getting to the end of the month. Today, Mary Beth and I were starting to prep for our transmittal, which will be taking place in a couple days. So, we've had a busy morning, but it's always a good way to start Mondays a little bit busier. Gets you back into the week.
Why not, Matt? Why not?
Exactly. And I think so. As we move into the materials this week, so we'll be with you today, Monday, and then Wednesday, because Mary Beth, you'll be doing maps models, which is actually a lot to do with the MREA. So maybe on Wednesday, we'll be wrapping up the MREA series. So maybe you can share some of your ahas from maps models
I'd love
on
to.
Wednesday. Uh,
Sure. That
so
would be great.
really, we'll dive back in. We left off around page 302, 303, uh, which is really, wrapping up the MREA. It's really making sure your environment supports your focus. So, we've been talking a lot about identifying 20%. So we're looking at listings, leads, and leverage. And we're looking at, really making sure that your environment, when we're on page 304 and 305, is your physical environment versus your people environment. So does your physical environment, does the space that you're in, is it supportive of your success? Are there distractions? Are there, things that are not preventing you from getting everything done? And then your people environment. Are the 5 people that you surround yourself with, are they helping you support your goals? Are they encouraging you to hit the goals that you want to get to?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's an amazing course called Quantum Leap,
Mm-hmm.
and Gary Keller has only a few people that are certified to teach Quantum Leap, but Quantum Leap also embraces life, period, not just the business aspect. It also embraces your financial, your business, your job, your spiritual, your physical, all of that. And so I guess when we're talking about environments, we have to make sure that we're checking all of those environments, making sure that we do have um, a role model in each of those avenues of our life.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. Another thing I was thinking of when you're talking there is our regional director, Michael Brand, will be hosting a career visioning course virtually.
Yeah.
I believe the course is only $99 or maybe $129, something very reasonable. Normally you would fly out for this or spend 3 days somewhere, have to pick up a hotel fee and all that. Michael is doing it for us virtually. We're doing a Zoom style career visioning, and I believe it's the week right after 4th of July. It's that week after 4th of July. So those of you who have resonated with the I need to figure out who my tribe is and who's on my bus, and career vision for some talent inside my business, that might be a great course for you to take at a reasonable price of about $100.
Absolutely.
And that's also protecting your environment, because if you don't choose who's in your environment, you just may be by default have an environment full of people.
Yeah, well, and if you've been really sinking your teeth into what we've been talking about, we've talked a lot about growth. We've gone from the earn a million, net a million, receive a million. A lot of that is your 3 key hires. We've talked about that. So the best way to learn how to vet someone and really make sure you get the right hire is to go through the career visioning process.
Yeah.
So Michael will be doing that. I believe it's July 7th to the 10th, and it's only 3 hours a day. I want to say 10 to 1 or 10:30 to 1.
Yeah. So
it'll definitely be a good thing to plug into.
yeah.
And one thing that you mentioned, and that I kind of want to shift now into the last section of this book, which is pages 306 to 312. It's about keep your energy to maintain your focus. And whenever I hear the word energy, I always think of Bill, ROP, because he's always talking about, making sure you're surrounding and making sure you have an environment that has the right energy to help you maintain your focus. As Gary writes, high achievers have big energy. Everything is energy, even your physical bodies. So, and you kind of went into a little bit about the spiritual energy. So I want to talk now just about the 5 key energy sources that are on page 308. So number 1, we have the spiritual energy, which is something that you just touched on a couple minutes ago, which is meditating and praying.
Mm-hmm.
Physical energy, which is exercise and eating, so making sure that you're putting the right nutrients in your body.
Yep.
Emotional energy, hugs, kisses, and laughing. Are you doing things that are nourishing that emotional energy? The mental energy. Are you planning? Is your calendar supportive of your success? Is it supportive of you keeping, your mental energy high at all times? And then
Mm-hmm.
last but not least, your business energy, which is your lead generation. So are you lead generating every day to nourishing your business energy? Are you doing that? And are you doing all of this as it says by 11 a.m. every day? So are you, following the miracle morning with Hal Elrod? Are you waking up at 5 a.m. or is your day starting super early? But, we've talked a little about this, but when you get everything done by 11 a.m., it opens up the rest of your day
Mm-hmm.
to really do what you need to do, whether it's going on appointments, getting listings, writing offers, whatever that is, it's getting all of this done.
Absolutely. And when you say back to physical energy,
Yep.
and also I'm looking here at the the physical energy especially. Gary will say you only have one body to live in.
Yep.
If you can't live there, then where are you going to live? And if you're not taking care of the vessel that we were given, so
Mm-hmm.
that our energy is up, we are feeling inspired and positive, and we're charged with that mission and vision.
Yep.
That doesn't happen if you're not eating properly, and if you're sluggish because your exercise is off and you're not getting enough
Yep.
cardiovascular, your brain isn't getting enough oxygen. I mean, all this matters. I know, like, we have our Apple Watches, right? And you can do your Breathe app where it
Yep.
tells you to breathe. I
Yep.
have a reminder that says drink water. I mean, those are things that we don't think about, but when we get really busy and when we have high energy, my energy, I could run through a wall 8 hours and probably not stop for a drink or not check in to make sure
About it.
I'm eating properly,
Yep.
and then that will just lead to burnout. So when Gary talks about the first one being spiritual, pray and meditate, even if it's just some positive affirmations. I'm a faith girl. We know that. I mean, that's just who I am. So devotionals, Bible studies, just pouring into the Lord, listening to some worship music. But if that's not you, then, is there a song that lifts up your spirits? Is there some, daily reads that you can just fill your head with some good positive vibes, right? Um, and then hugs and kisses, we really don't. I think that's the one thing that goes to the bottom of the totem pole
Yep.
is I'm so busy. I'm really so busy right now. I mean, my husband knows I love him, and my kids know I love them, and I just got to go.
Yep.
Um, and as much as you think that it's for them, like, oh, well, I don't have time to be sitting down having breakfast with them and giving them hugs and kisses.
Yep.
I got to go work. It's as much for them as it is for you, in
Yep.
that there's a sense of fulfillment, and we have to be grounded to what the true purpose of life is. And it's not to have a business,
Yeah.
to live the life. And so the business is what actually allows us to do that.
Feeding a family.
So that's why we do it, is because that little dude, right?
Well, and I think,
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
to one thing you were just saying about family, and and we always love seeing King. I think the next one, which is plan and calendar for mental energy, you have to schedule some of these things. So, one agent that I worked with in the Morristown office, Jeremy Goulash, I know he used to always,
Sure.
Jeremy, he used to always schedule, Wednesday evenings would be date nights with his one daughter, and then Thursday evenings was a date night with the other one. So, like, they were always in his schedule, and then date night with his wife, I think, was on, like, Saturday, whatever the day was.
Absolutely.
But the point is, you're scheduling those things into your calendar, so you're creating the energy plan around building a schedule. You know what your 20% is, but then you also need to know what your pillars are for each one of these, and then put those in your calendar and schedule them.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a schedule, you always have a schedule. Somebody's running your life then.
Exactly.
So people say, oh, I don't really schedule everything. Now, Gary says schedule about 50% of your day. Don't schedule every single minute, because you will literally be anxiety driven because you won't get everything done. So
Yep.
make sure you get your top 20% done in the morning. which is why all of this here, as to Matt's point, is get it done by 11 a.m. every day.
Yep.
Every day and every day. And if I could just say that page 308 should be cut out and pasted into your office, your car, your wherever you look, because you have to be reminded of this in any business, in any big life that you're creating. These 5 things to be done, it really, and this is something that Holly Prescott, I had written down when I've taken her class numerous times, is meditate and pray. How long do you think that you need to do that for? Now, some of us spend 2 hours in the Lord. Some of us spend, an hour, half hour, 20 minutes. But could we not just get out the bed, put our feet on the ground, and be like appreciative and grateful for 1 minute? 1 minute. Just start with 1 minute of meditate and pray.
Yep.
Exercise and eat. 1 hour. Could you not go for a 30-minute walk and then come home and have your shake, or create 1 hour? Hugs and kisses, emotional energy. Seconds, and yet your child will remember, your spouse will remember the attention you're giving them in that morning to start their day properly.
Yep.
Plan and calendar, 15 to 30 minutes.
Yep.
On a weekend, you might want to schedule 30 minutes with yourself on a Sunday to look at the week ahead. And yet daily, you might just need to review. I wake up, I look at my Google Calendar, I see what I have, but I spent my time on Sunday or Saturday planning my week. And lead generation, business energy, that we know is going to take an hour or 2 hours. And so what am I saying? I'm saying this could all really be done in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And the rest of the day is yours.
And it's really not that complicated. It's just being purposeful and being committed to doing it. Just like anything else. If you're committed to it, then, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
So, Mary Beth, we really kind of got to the end of this book. I'm looking at page 311, really just a conclusion. Gary writes, the big models and big goals will pull you up through smaller goals to your highest achievements possible. So everything that we've been talking about, it's all about the big models, big goals. And then when you break them down into smaller increments, it's what's going to drag you through some of these times where you might question whether you can do it, or whether,
Absolutely.
when you have some challenges. So
absolutely. I'm looking for something that I would love to, I'll keep it for Wednesday. For Wednesday, yeah. I would like to read you guys something. So I'll keep it for Wednesday.
Perfect. Yeah. So Wednesday we'll wrap up the MREA, and then next week, I think Thursdays in July, we're going to do the one thing. So, we'll bring that to you guys, and, thanks for tuning in. And, we're excited. It's been a couple months, but now we really dove deep and really went, I think
it was a good refresher, Matt. Yeah. Great refresher.
Well, thank you, Mary Beth, and we will see everyone on Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.